Hello, hello. Good to see you all today. I am in a different place. You might notice I don't have my bookshelf behind me. I'm traveling today. I am in Glendale because the ICF Arizona conference is tomorrow. I'm going to be speaking there, which I'm really excited about, and selling copies of my book. So it's pretty exciting weekend. And I wanted to hop on. I just got done with a pretty full afternoon of seeing clients, and it was a wonderful afternoon. And there were some things I wanted to share with you all. And I shared sort of a version of this last night, and then I deleted it because it wasn't that good. But I kind of wanted to come back and share it again. And I was talking to a client who's a mindful dating client, and she's like, oh, I finally clear on all these things and what I know I want and what I need. But is there going to be anyone out there for me? Am I going to find it? And I said, yeah, so you're looking for that 1 in a million person, that the odds kind of seem like they're not in your favor. And if the odds were like 1 in a million, I think statistically you'd have to try like 3,000 times or something like that to be able to have like some chance of getting one success, which is a lot of dating. And so I said, what we do as we round the corner in the last half, as we go to dating, we kind of find a way to eliminate half the hay so that all of those needles that you're looking for in that haystack, because there's not just the one needle, right? There's like 1,000 needles, thousands of needles. There are so many people out there you could potentially partner with. It's just that if they are a 1 in a million event, you're still not going to run into them all that often. So what you have to do is find a way to eliminate a whole bunch of the hay. Just get a lot of that noise out of the system immediately. And then when you try, you're going to have a greater likelihood of having success. So that's the first step, is to make the haystack smaller. Find a way to sort of weed out, eliminate people who are obvious no's. The second thing to do when you're looking to find this 1 in a million person that's going to be just right for you, you've cut that haystack in half. Twice as likely now to find that person is you need to have a lot of tries. Okay. So you need to you've brought your number of dates you need to have down from 3,000 people to 1,000 people. So you're going to need to interact, talk with them on Facebook, chat with them, have a video date, and go on a real date or speed date with a lot of people. So you need to find a way to do that pretty fast. You need to get really fast at sorting them. Are they hay or are they needle? You need to get pretty quick at it so that you can get those tries in a timely fashion and find that one and get on with your life of wonderful, happy, love, and healthy relating. And the next thing that you need that will make this whole process a lot easier is a metal detector. So you can't just tell that it's going to be a needle by looking or feeling. You have to have a metal detector a really amazing way, because sometimes needles can look like hay, hay can look like needles. You want to be sure that you don't throw out hay when it was really a needle. You want to be sure that you don't keep hay thinking it's going to become a needle. It's never going to become a needle. So if you have a metal detector, you know right away the difference. And the metal detector is a whole series of skills that I help people learn. Communication skills, IFS informed coaching is a huge part of how I do this teaching, and then somatic coaching. So really learning a lot about your inner system and how you can sort of feel for the right match. So there is someone out there for you. Definitely. If you want love, I mean, if you're like single and happy and you're tired of hearing me talk, please, I get it. I used to be single and I wouldn't want to have heard this back when I was really committed to being single. But if you're single and you don't want to be single, if you're single and you want a partner and you think, like I started to think in 2019, having a partner could be a really wonderful, beautiful, healing experience. And I've accomplished everything else. Maybe I just want a partner. I hear that people who have partners have longer lifespans. I hear that they have better immune systems. Maybe I want that for myself. I do spend a lot of money on probiotics. If you just want the good stuff, those are some tips that I can give you. And I can talk a lot more about the ins and outs and the hows about all of that as time goes by. But what I'd really like to know is if this resonates, if you're single and looking, does this resonate? Does it help you feel like it's achievable that you could meet your match, even if it's a 1 in a million chance that you'd find your match? I mean, because keep in mind, there are like some people are like, oh, I'm unlovable. Other, it's just not for me. I'm never going to find anyone. And I just personally don't buy that. There are 7.4 billion people on the planet, and you can say, yeah, but they don't all speak English. But 1.4 billion people, 1.5 billion people do speak English. So it's still a lot of people. It's a lot of people out there. At least one, maybe 1,000 of those people would be so happy to love you for the rest of your life, would be exactly what you need, have what you need, be able to meet your emotional needs, be looking for the same kind of life you're looking for. It's just the odds when you're talking about that many people that you're going to run into them are pretty low. And you're probably not going to run into them if your method of looking is waiting to see if it's going to happen and hanging out at a Starbucks and hoping that that pretty woman over there hands you her phone number, and then she doesn't, or you hand her yours and she never calls or whatever. Those things that happenstance, like that's a great movie. It's a great movie plot, wonderful plot device. And it works that way for some people, but it doesn't work for most people. Most people have to put effort into the things that they want. So figure out how you're going to make that haystack smaller. And that's a lot about how you're going to put yourself out in the world. You're not just going to settle for anything. Give yourself more tries, so learn to get faster at sorting. The clearer you are in what you need and want, the better you can do at asking all the important questions up front in the beginning, the faster you're going to find out if somebody is kind of in alignment with you and congruent with what you want out of life. The metal detector, that's doing a lot of that inner work. And there's no shortcut to that. So that's the short story. I hope this is resonating with some of you, and I hope that some of you who are feeling like I might just give up on this, it's not for me, feel a little bit energized that actually love might be for you. If it's what you want, I totally think it's out there. If it's what you really want, I believe there's someone looking for you. And I believed it before I found Matt, and I am 1,000% committed to that idea now that I have met Matt. Nobody ever told me this. Nobody ever said, hey, yeah, Al, you're really awesome. I'm sure there's someone who's looking for you, actually. Not someone who would settle for you, but somebody who, you're what they want. And I'm here to tell you there's somebody who wants you, just the way you are. You. And they have what you need. And I would love to help you find them. Have a great night. Bye.